Since 1885, the best players in America have traveled to the Cape Cod League to play their summer ball. But here at Eldridge Park, there are stories not just about the players, but the fans and when they first fell in love with the game of baseball.
I think my first time is when I fell in love with baseball and my grandfather taking us in by train to Fenway Park.
And folks, we get some Cape League scores
Just
for
a long
you.
walk from Kenmore Square. Cranky train ride, just a great experience. And then I actually got to see Ted Williams.
Your family?
But watching the game, just watching the game with my family.
I think I remember watching the World Series in 2002 in the living room, and I was swinging a bat, pretending to be the hitters, and my dad was probably getting a little annoyed, but then caught on, thought it was funny. Might have hit the TV a couple times, so I think that's probably when I fell in love with it. Just playing in the water when you're watering the field and stuff, just messing around. I think that was always the fun part. But I mean, I never really got serious about it until junior year of high school. But I fell in love with it when I first started playing it.
We're from Scotland.
From Scotland?
Yeah.
So, did you ever watch baseball in Scotland?
Glasgow!
We don't really watch in Glasgow, but when we come to Cape Cod, we always come here.
Eldridge Park? Do you like watching baseball?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Cool.
The big fireball cups!
Baseball's always been a big part of my life because I'm from Florida, and baseball's really big in Florida. And I started playing when I was about 4 years old, and I've been playing ever since. And it's always been my favorite sport, and I think it always will be. I love baseball.
When I was 5, I used to play with my dad.
My first memory was when I heard of Big Poppy, and then I played t-ball, and I always played baseball now.
Are you a big Red Sox fan?
Yeah. My favorite Red Sox is Mookie Betts.
He's pretty good, isn't he? What about Big Poppy?
He's my second favorite. He's retiring. And we're going to one of his last games, right? Right, Liam? Yeah.
Well, I suppose originally it was when I was a little girl, and I had an uncle who lived in town. His name was Uncle Clarence, and he had a house on the top of the hill over Jemima's Pond, and it was the highest place in East End, and he had a television aerial that actually worked. So we would go over on Sundays and watch the Red Sox at Uncle Clarence's house.
Where did you first fall in love with the game of baseball?
I became a Cubs fan really early on in my life because of my grandma. My grandma was a diehard Cubs fan her entire life, and she took me when I was 2 or 3 years old to go watch Sammy Sosa at Wrigley Field, and that's where it all started, and I played for most of my life, and here we are at Eldridge.
I first started playing baseball when I was 4 or 5. Then I started playing for my school team, and I hit a home run. And so my coach told me that I should play in high school. So when I'm a freshman, I'm going to try out for the JV team, and hopefully I'll make it.
I was in T-ball at the time, and my dad was pitching to me. I was good enough that I didn't need a tee anymore, and then I just rocked, went to right field, and I don't know, I just remember it very vividly.
I think the coolest thing is that the Cape Cod League started in 1885, and if I had been around then, I would have started loving it then. Plus, there are shirts here that show how many players have been on these teams that have gone all over the country. So, my wife grew up here. We got married here 30-some years ago in Orleans. Have been coming every season.
Pixel, when did you first fall in love with the game of baseball?
He's 10, and he's been going here 10 years.
When I was 4 and I was playing for the Detroit Tigers on my T-ball team.
I remember winning a trophy. Last year I played in the championship for my town, and I got a trophy for it.
When I fell in love with baseball, I was 13 years old. I just pitched through a pretty good game. Realized baseball wasn't as boring as I had always thought. And then for the rest of the summer, I always just wanted to be a pitcher, and I didn't want to hit anymore.
I think when I walked into Fenway Park with Bob,
And we were on Oakland A's together for 2 years. We were on the same team. And then I took a year off. Now I'm back playing baseball, and I love it.
What position do you play?
Second base and right center.
when I was 9 years old, playing Little League in a little town outside of Buffalo, New York.
I really got into it when I was 9 years old. My grandfather was invited to try out for the New York Yankees, but unfortunately he wasn't able to make the tryouts due to a conflict. But my grandma's from the Bronx, so I guess the Yankees were always in my blood, and my dad took me to a lot of Yankee games as a child. That's where I fell in love with baseball, and that's why I chose baseball as a sport that I wanted to pursue a career in.
I've been playing baseball since I think I was 8. I always have had a really strong passion for it. I think it's a lot of fun, and I always have a fun time playing it.
Probably on my Little League team when I was 4. I can't remember that much. Our team was called the Green Dragons. We made up that that name because we had green jerseys.
Probably when I was a little kid, growing up in a house that my grandpa was a huge baseball fan, kind of started young.
Now batting for the Firebirds, the designated hitter from St. Mary's, number 13, Zach Kirtley.
So when did you first fall in love with the game of baseball?
Probably when I was 4, when I started playing catch with my dad out in the backyard. So it was a lot of fun. We bonded over it. So
your attention, please. Now pitching for the Firebirds.
I started playing baseball at 5, T-ball. So been playing for a long time. I'm 12 now, so next year I'm still going to be playing baseball. So.
What position do you play?
I play pitcher, second, short, third, center.
So about when I was sitting with my family and watching the game, watching how the teams play.
I was like 4 years old. We live in Buffalo, so we come down here every summer for a short vacation. And my dad coached me and my brother's T-ball team, and we were the Oakland A's that year.